Welcome to like Pigs in Space, an arts and culture podcast. I'm Aaron Mason.
And I'm Max Mason.
We've already done a lot of catch up, but just to highlight the, because we talk before we start.
Yeah.
And I was making the funny comment, do I catch up with you now or do I wait till we start recording and use it for content? Because that's the day and age we live in, right?
Yeah. Everything has to be a content.
Yeah. There's going to be a beep there.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry. We can cut that. So we decided to catch up anyway, and then if there was anything good, I'd re-mention it. But I'm coming to the recording today a little bit tired because I've done a lot this morning. I was telling you I was lifting. We have a shipping container that isn't level, and I tried to lift it with a lift I had, just a normal car jack.
Yeah.
And that's a 2-ton, maybe it's a 3-ton jack. And then it wasn't moving at all. I pumped the thing and it just wasn't, the jack acted like the pressure thing was not on.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I'll stop. and I read up on it. How heavy do I have to be able to lift?
Yeah.
And it was pretty much 10 times what I had is the ability. So I went to good old Harbor Freight and bought a 30-ton jack.
Nice. Yeah.
And it's really cool. It's a little bottle jack. And I'm like, okay, now that I've done this, what else do I need to lift? And so if the next time I need to lift something ultra heavy, I'm ready.
Yeah. And we can use that on the side of our apartment here that's sinking.
You know what? You can. Our Hubble actually makes a product that they use for that. You know that?
Yeah.
They do. They do foundation piles. They're helical steel foundation piles.
Oh, weird.
So they go into the ground, and I think it's like Ramjet or something, some name like that. Where they do.
I've seen the Ramjack company.
Yeah, I think they used our product.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was, speaking of that, which is really funny, I had the 2 coworkers with me in India,
mm-hmm.
and they both live in the middle of Missouri.
Okay.
And the one town, it was a lake bottom at some point.
Oh.
So his water table at his house is super high.
Yeah.
And so he's had to do all kinds of stuff. But all of them have foundation issues. And they all have to have foundation repair at some point. And they all have to have their the crawl space or whatever dried out. And
yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't live in that environment.
What do you mean the ground is wet?
Yeah, I know. Our ground here doesn't even let water in it.
Yeah.
We have flooding, not because the ground's saturated, but because the ground is basically concrete. So,
yeah.
So it's a weird setup, a weird difference. And yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of wet, how's your week been?
Oh, it's been good. Just a lot of rain here, and which is normal, But This is the first sunny day we've had in a long time, and it's super sunny, and I think it's even going to be sunnier tomorrow.
Oh.
Other than that, it's just been pretty normal here. Not a whole lot going on.
Every time you're talking about being sunny there, I just think there's that Portlandia episode where there's one square of sun, and everybody's sitting in it, and then and then it moves a little bit, and everybody picks up their chairs and moves.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand, because when we were kids, all of my memories of being out in, like, let's say a public park or camping or even a forest, does not include rain, because as soon as we knew it was sunny, that's when we went.
Yeah.
And so uh, it's funny from when I lived there as a kid how much of it revolved around. It was a great day, but it was the only great day
Yeah.
in the series. We did have one year. It was a really fun experience for me. In retrospect, what I thought was the coolest part of it was probably the worst part of it for my dad. So,
yeah.
so what happened is it was girls' camp.
Okay.
And back then, girls' camp would go over a Sunday. And so I think they started on a Saturday. They were there for a Sunday, and then they come back maybe on Friday. So we went up there to just do church with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're driving there on a Sunday morning, and it's we passed, I think, Mount Hood.
Okay.
Where's the place with the Swiss village?
That's like right. It's like rhododendron or something.
Yeah. So
right around there.
And that's like south of, is that south of it?
It's like kind of southwest-ish.
Southwest. Okay, so we went, and I know we passed that village, and then we went a little bit further and went up into some mountains. So I don't know where it was, but it was out that way.
In that area.
In that area. And it was a beautiful drive, and we're driving. All of a sudden, there's a deer running alongside the car through the forest. But and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But now, from my, if it was today, I'd be like nervous that it would dart in front of the car.
Yeah.
And so I now understand the danger it probably, but we got there. It was really cool. There was a nice stream. I remember the stream with water fountain or ferns and just like a fairy stream look. And it was great. I mean, I was tiny. I was six or 8, something like that.
Yeah.
So it was great. Cool. It was fun.
Yeah. It is kind of, it's always interesting to see like when there's big weather changes, how much it affects like being at the bank. I think people plan a lot of stuff around the weather here because there's very few times when things are going to be nice.
Right.
So when there's a good weekend coming up, the Friday before will be super dead because everyone's just like getting out of town and getting ready for the weekend. But also if it's been nice and then suddenly starts raining a whole bunch, no one comes out either because they don't want to deal with it.
That is super funny. That's you don't think about the weather in those terms until it impacts you in those terms, and so it's kind of funny. Well, cool. So today I was looking for a box of books, and I found a different box of books.
Okay.
And this is what I found. So we're going to talk about a book today, but it's the one I found, and I thought this will be good too.
Cool. Yeah.
Because the other box of books I found is that I needed to find. I don't know. I'll find it someday. So this is it's kind of interesting that we're going to talk about this, and it's kind of interesting the history of this.
Okay.
So being that I was in school, well, let's talk about school.
Yeah.
What do you remember about, let's say kindergarten or something like that? What are some of the things you learned in the early days of school?
A lot of what I remember about kindergarten is I don't remember having a lot of lessons really. I think because I remember going to school at ASU. Oh yeah, a little bit, and I think that was more or less just like a daycare instead of schooling. But I remember we had a lot of like activities to do, and we had our certain schedule, but it was mostly playtime. Yes. And I think I remember the teachers me being concerned because there was this like indoor play thing that was kind of 2 levels, and you could play on the top and there's a slide at the bottom, and there's kind of like a cave underneath it. And they had a disco ball in there. And I really liked being in there where it was like dark with just the disco lights.
Yeah.
And so they'd peek their head in and be like, "Do you want to play with everyone else?" And it's like, "No, this is cool."
No, I've got my I've got my buzz going, man. Just leave me alone. Future club kid, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like the disco ball. That's hilarious.
But yeah, mostly I just remember a lot of like activities and playtime, not a whole lot of like education. Anything.
Yeah. When I was in kindergarten, I was in Corvallis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in Corvallis, and I walked to school, and I think at the time we had, maybe not. I think that was a traditional schedule. There was times and places that we lived in Oregon that did the year-round thing.
Yeah.
At the time, back in the 70s. This one, I remember that we always had rest time where we had to lay down, like we had mats or something.
Right.
And it was a half day. So we didn't have full day kindergarten.
Yeah.
Back then. So a couple of things. I still know my kindergarten teacher's name only because of the association. So we had to take naps, and her name was Miss Nap. So I remember my kindergarten teacher. Then I also remember that we used to go get snacks or whatever it was. But if you got to go get them, you got to walk all the way through the school to the cafeteria, and they give you a cart with milks and other stuff on it, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Because it was while the rest of the kids were in school, were in class, and so it was kind of empty.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
I had an experience that is a lot different than that, but kind of similar. In high school, when we had our like sex ed classes, they split up the boys and girls. And when they're going over like safe sex thing, they're talking about like condoms or whatever. But I guess they only had the budget for one box to show everyone. So the boys had it first, and then I was picked to walk it across the school to the girls' class. So I'm just walking by myself. I remember it was probably like a shoebox or something.
Yeah.
That they just had a bunch of different kinds of condoms in. And so I walk into the class and it's like, "I think these are for you." And somebody started asking a question, and teacher's like, "Wait till he leaves."
Here's my tie-in story. As long as we're going down this path, it's also school related. Yeah, but this is in college, and I was taking my friend Michael Clark, whatever he goes by now. He was doing his master's program at ASU in art, and he had a little studio space that was for students, and he'd let me hang out there. We were friends anyway, so I wanted to do some visual art type of classes, so I took drawing.
Is he the one that worked at Home Depot doing the paint too? Okay.
Yeah, that guy. And so I wanted to do I took the drawing class, so it's the 2D or pencil draw. I don't know, just drawing. And so learning how to draw. And so one of the classes, we get there, and there's not enough. So they had these drawing chairs, and it's like you kind of ride it like a horse, and it has a little. So you had this thing, and it has a place to put your board,
right?
And so you can sit there and draw and see. And we didn't have enough of them, and so he goes, "Come on, let's go get some more." So he took me to the life drawing class. that was in session,
Yeah.
and it was the day they're drawing what to me looked like the tallest guy I'd ever seen, um,
Yeah.
who should be very proud of himself. And I'm sitting there going, okay. It's like, okay, that's fun. Anyway, thanks, Michael, for picking me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we got to do that. I think we eventually got to do life drawing in that. So it was interesting.
Yeah.
So, did you learn maths in do you think you could tell? Yeah, in kindergarten? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. The most like math I really remember is maybe like second or third grade, and how competitive doing the times tables was.
Yeah. I think for me it was third grade. It was when we did times tables. So yeah, that was fun. Did you learn how to read?
Yeah. I kind of remember, I think we were talking about this the other day, but when I was at Getz, we did like the brown bear video.
Yeah.
But I think I remember having to read it at points, and it's a pretty good book to start reading. And
right. That's a good one. I remember. So I remember the first book I kind of read and understood was One Fish, Two Fish.
Yeah.
And it was good. I still remember also we had the kind of the Dick and Jane primer type ones, the really simple.
Yeah.
And I remember how much more I liked Dr. Seuss than that.
Yeah.
And that was interesting.
Yeah. I kind of remember getting like paper books that they would send home.
Right.
Like ones that they would print off and just staple together. And
oh, that's funny. Yeah. So what do you remember, like, when you think about like the ABCs, what do you think of?
Like, for learning them, or?
Yeah. And, or when somebody talks about the ABCs, what do you think of?
I think of a lot of songs that are not just the ABC song.
Okay. That's good.
Like there's the Bare Naked Ladies one that is the like difficult ABCs.
Yeah.
And the Jackson 5 song, but that's not that's not really the alphabet.
it's that's fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you kind of associate, I think when we think of the ABCs, you associate certain, primary examples of what you're supposed to think of. Like A is for apple, B is for ball.
Right.
And so I do appreciate the songs. When we got the Bare Naked Ladies, we'd play that, and it was always interesting to think about, these letters can be used differently, and I always like that way of thinking about things. And so anyway, I grew up in the 70s, and so back then there was a very, 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 very popular author. And it did happen to be most of his stuff was poetry. And so it was very good. But this author, it's kind of funny because everybody knows him as a children's author. He did not start out that way. In fact, he started out writing, doing cartoons in Playboy magazine.
Okay.
And writing country and Western songs. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So one is a very famous song. This guy wrote Boy Named Sue.
Oh, okay.
So his name's Shel Silverstein. Right?
I know that name. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people do. And so when I think the first one to come out was Where the Sidewalk Ends. And that's, okay. Yeah. So he had these collections of poetry, and they're fun. They're silly and they're irreverent to a
Yeah.
degree.
Right.
And or actually, I think it was A Light in the Attic. No, it's Where the Sidewalk Ends. But yeah, so irreverent and silly and all those things, and we we all ate it up.
Yeah.
It says A Light in the Attic is the next one that we all kind of that came out. I can remember that coming out,
Hmm.
and that was it said that was in the 80s, and this one is 1974. Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
that's about the right time frame.
Yeah.
And then there's another one. He did another one called Falling Up,
I remember
and
that one the
yeah,
most.
that was 96.
Hmm.
And then he had other stuff like The Giving Tree,
Oh,
or
yeah.
the Let's Cry Tree, or however you want. But they were very much a part of kind of like Weird Al was for the 80s kids,
Mm-hmm.
which I was also an 80s kid. Shel Silverstein was the same thing for the 70s kids. It was the kind of slightly irreverent and funny thing that everybody knew and everybody was participating in.
Yeah.
So that's all we ever knew. I think even our parents, that's all they knew him as. But he had a dark and sordid history.
Yeah.
So he was a cartoonist, and so he used to do cartoons, and they were in Playboy magazine. And then sometime in, let me see when this came out. Sometime in, I think in the 90s or 85, but I don't know. It was reprinted. This book is from 1961.
Oh.
But I think it went out of print, and we didn't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a primer for
Okay.
adults. So do you know what a primer is?
Not exactly, but
So
maybe
the term a primer is something means like teaching you to what the alphabet is.
okay.
Like is a primer. It's a something to like priming the well. You're starting it. It's a starting book.
Okay.
So this is a starting book, and it's called Uncle Shelby's ABZ book.
Hmm.
And it says since he's a poet, we'll start with his opening poem. There you go for the cover, but you can see, but nobody else can. It says a primer for tender young minds. I know that person. Just a second. He said who he's got this dedicated to. Let me just, I want to see. I think I know who this is, but I don't know why. It's Gene Shepherd.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is dedicated to Gene Shepherd, and Gene Shepherd is known very well as although you might not know his name, is a humorist who is most famous for writing A Christmas Story.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were buddies, which makes sense. In some they obviously belong in the same universe, I'll say.
Yeah.
But the first poem is in the introduction. It says, "O child, learn your ABZs and memorize them well, and you shall learn to talk and think and read and write and spell." But he writes spell SPEL. So it says, a book for you. It says, many of my little friends have asked old Uncle Shelby why he has written this book and why he loves children so dearly. And to these I must answer that although Uncle Shelby has never been blessed with children of his own, the little ones have always had a very special place in his tired old heart. Yes, I have heard them crying late at night, and I have thought about them. I have heard them playing and laughing outside my window while I was trying to sleep, and I have thought about them. I've seen the pictures they have drawn on my car, and I have thought about them. And so this book, to help all my little friends get all the things in life that they so richly deserve, from Uncle Shelby. So
Nice.
So it starts off well enough. Do you remember this one at all? Have you read this?
I think I've flipped through it before. I don't really remember much.
Okay.
Anything that's in it, but I do remember seeing it around.
It's just from the beginning, like you said, it the end of it's funny too. So like I said, the parts of this were originally done in Playboy magazine in the 50s and 60s. But it starts A is for apple, as it should.
Cool.
And it says, see the nice green apple. It says, how many nice green apples can you eat? Make a circle around the number. And it goes up. It's a bunch of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 38, 83, 116. So it's encouraging them. I think maybe I'll just do the highlights from some of these. B is for baby. That's okay. It talks about the baby and all its characteristics. It says, mommy loves the baby more than she loves you. This is actually kind of appropriate because I'm sure all of you think that we love the grandchild baby more than we love you guys.
Yeah.
So we got A, B, and then Z. Z is for zoo. And it talks about, look at all the animals, and they're locked inside the cages. Poor animals, who will let them out? It says, see the nice elephant, give him some peanut shells with pepper inside. That would be a good joke.
Yeah.
It says, the elephant is mad, but don't worry. By tomorrow, the elephant will have forgotten all about it. And then it talks about hippopotamus. And it says the hippopotamus has a bone stuck in its throat and can't get it out. So maybe you should go help him. And that whoever gets the broken bone out, that he's a prince and they'll do it and they'll give him $1 million in gold and a horse and a castle.
Yeah.
And then it talks about tigers. Tigers peeking out of the grass at you, and you say, there's no grass in the zoo. Where are the iron cages? There are no cages. Hey, this is no zoo. This is the jungle. And all the animals are loose, and you better run fast. And it says, there's a sing-along, so he does an ABZ song.
Nice.
And so it's ABZ, most of them in the same order, and then WXYC. So he does find a place for C.
Cool.
And then this is the one, D. D is for daddy. Daddy's sleeping on the couch. And I fear this one. I'm glad that you don't know much about this because it said, see daddy's hair. Daddy needs a haircut. Daddy has no money for a haircut. Mm-hmm. So and it says, poor daddy. See the scissors? Poor daddy. E is for egg.
Egg.
And it says, do you like to eat eggs? And then it says E is for Ernie. And Ernie is a genie who lives in the ceiling and he loves eggs. So you need to. So what do you think he suggests?
Throw the eggs, wake him up.
Yeah, we'll throw the eggs and say, catch Ernie, catch the egg. This is the one. The next one is F. Mm-hmm. So F is for finger.
Okay.
And so this is where I got in trouble with the lunts.
Oh, yeah.
Because this one says you can stick your finger into your nose because they're fun. Doesn't that feel nice? But Spencer was sucking his thumb and they pick his nose and they go back to sucking his thumb. I was like, you can do them both at the same time. And then Julie heard me and says, no, you had 2 seconds to learn, a lifetime to stop. So I got asked to leave. I think maybe I was too influenced by this.
Yeah.
It says, it says other things you can do with your finger, like stick your finger in the fire. And it says, stick your finger in the mayonnaise. and then take your finger out and write COOL on the mirror in mayonnaise. And then we have a little break because it's now time for handicraft class. And so this morning Uncle Shelby is gonna show you how to do a voodoo dolly pincushion.
Okay.
And so you take a picture of your or you ask your teacher for a lock of her hair, and then you make a doll that looks like your teacher, and now you have a teacher cushion. You can stick some pins in it. It says you can make mommy cushions and grandpa cushions and policeman cushions. Do not make an Uncle Shelby cushion. And then there's a and then there's a page that says clip out this certificate and bring it to your grocery for a real life pony, absolutely free. So and then this one's about a musical instrument that you'll appreciate. Maybe I hope you've heard of this instrument. It says G. What instrument starts with G? It's a woodwind.
Woodwind. Is it a real one?
It's G is for gigolo. See the pretty gigolo? The gigolo makes beautiful music. The next time your mommy goes shopping, ask her to buy you a gigolo. Yeah. So it just looks like a clarinet, but
yeah,
whatever. But yeah, but it's a gigolo. So, and then cool. H is for whole, and it's fun because the book turns sideways and it says H is for whole. And it's a big hole.
Nice. Yeah.
And it says, see the hole, it's deep. You can throw things in the hole, like the toaster, or car keys, or grandma's teeth, or daddy's shoe. Oh, little sisters. See it says, little sister sees you burying things in the hole. Maybe she will snitch on you and you will get a licking. What else can you bury in the hole? And there's a little asterisk. What else can you bury in the hole? And the asterisk goes back up to little sister.
Nice.
And then I is for ink.
Mm-hmm.
And it says ink is black and wet. And it says, what can you do with ink? What rhymes with ink? And it says DR. And then what rhymes with ink? DR, drink.
Yeah.
So, and K, let's see. What would be the worst thing he could say for K? What can you think of that relates to children? Let's see.
Knife.
Oh, that's a good one. I think knives come up later. K is for kidnapper.
Kidnapper. Oh, no. Oh.
See the nice kidnapper. He has a lollipop and a keen car that goes fast. Tell the nice kidnapper that your dad has lots of money and maybe he'll let you ride in his car.
Whoa.
And it's and then it says it's question time. So this is, this helps you learn how to use the ABCs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's do you want to be smart? Ask some questions. Ask Daddy why the sky is blue. Ask. And so it's telling you that. Ask. And then it says drawing time. And so there's a space in here. It says take your pencils and crowns and draw something nice on the whole page. It's just for you. And never mind the witch. She said that this is her page. And if anybody drew it, she'd turn them into a rat. But I don't believe in witches. Do you? And then it says J is for joke. Do you know a funny joke? Here's what to say.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and this is a funny, because this is like typical. It says, once upon a time, there was a traveling salesman who stopped at a farmer's house. See, Daddy looked surprised. Daddy didn't know you knew a joke. And the farmer said, you'll have to sleep with my daughter. And Daddy looks funny. Daddy is sweating. And the salesman said, and then it keeps going, said, I don't want to sleep anywhere. I want to know which way it is to Kenosha. And the farmer told him, and he went away. The end. See, Daddy's smiling. That was a very funny joke. So it's funny. First half, the lead up to the dirty joke, but
yeah.
And then it says, Merry Xmas, kids. So J to Merry Xmas.
No.
And it says, here's Uncle Shelly's Christmas present to you, a shiny new quarter, and I pasted it here myself. And there's a little smudge.
Mhm.
And then it says, P.S. I hope your mommy doesn't take the quarter off and keep it.
Nice.
It says M is for money, and it says mommy and daddy always fight about money. It's the root of all evil. And see the money's green. It's in mommy's purse. Take the bad money and send it to P.O. Box 42, St. Louis, Missouri. And then they'll be happy.
Yeah.
L, no, this is not a frying pan. It's not looking glass. It's a lollipop. Lollipops are good to eat just before supper.
Mm-hmm. Right.
L is also for lie. Lye. Says, do you want a nice red lollipop? Go pour all the lye into the toilet. Now tell mommy you have eaten the lie. That is a fib for a little white lie. Mama will take you to the doctor in a taxi cab. After the doctor pumps out your stomach, he will give you a nice red lollipop.
Nice.
And then it's another stop. It says, it says, well now, friends, you've all been asking me a question. Where do babies come from? Mommy and Daddy won't tell us. And it says, do you see this animal? Do you know what this is called? It is a stork. The stork might be a bird. The stork might be fishy. It says, but the stork brings little babies from heaven and drops them down the chimney. Doesn't that sound a little fishy to you? So that's good.
Yeah.
So thus far, a lot. That's about halfway through.
And is that S already, or is that just another break?
That was, yeah, N is the next one.
Oh, okay.
N is for nose. Did you ever hear of Pinocchio? Well, Pinocchio was a puppet who liked to tell lies. And it says, his nose would grow longer and longer. He goes, what do you think would happen if you told a lie? Tell a lie. Did anything happen? Isn't it fun not being a puppet?
Yeah.
This is why, I mean, when you see this, because this is the first of his, creative outpouring.
Right.
Most everything else makes sense, including his kids' poems, because this reminds me back, just to put a tie into this, we were listening to those, I don't remember which, I think it's Chicago Days, Hoboken Nights. That's the Pinkwater kind of memoirs.
Yeah.
And he was trying to be an artist.
Right.
He was going to New York to his studio. He was trying to paint and sculpt and everything, and had some shows. And he got a show, but he still had like this mentor who somebody told him to go work with.
Mm-hmm.
And one day he went, and the guy said, okay, well, you're done now. And he goes, okay, so what do I do now? He goes, you're done. I can't teach you anything more, but I want to tell you something. You're not going to be an artist. He goes, what? He goes, that's a horrible thing to say. He goes, you're going to be an author. He goes, I don't want to be an author. And I think he even said he's going to be a children's author or something. I mean, it was pretty pointed. And he goes, I don't want to do this. Why do I want to do this? And he said at the time he'd been also doing some outreach programs to some troubled youth in the inner city. And he goes, he'd gotten some, I think, commissions to do murals. And then he finally stepped back and realized, this is Pinkwater, that whenever he was thinking about a mural, he was thinking about it in terms of a kid maybe 8 or 9 or 10, what they would want to see. And so he was doing his art on that level. And so came to the realization trying to be a serious artist, that this was where his mind was at, where his calling was.
Right.
And, 75 books later, I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
Or whatever he's at. I mean, it's pretty close to, I think it's maybe more, but yeah, so that's neat, and I think probably Shel Silverstein felt the same way. I don't think he returned to writing music, although there are, well, there's albums. He did some albums that
Okay.
were of Where the Sidewalk Ends and A Light in the Attic, and
Right.
he's the one that narrates them, and some will have music or sound, and they're fantastic. Him reading his
Yeah.
poems, but I mean, we used to play them in the car. They are, dramatized and have sounds, and they're really a
Full thing.
full thing with music and stuff. And
Yeah.
so he had his outlet, but he was also, I'm sure, banking it on those books because everybody had them.
Yeah.
And so it's neat when you can accept that. And nowadays there's even those that kind of do both, which is really hard. and and also I think I think it would be confusing if you're not ready to understand. So somebody like Neil Gaiman, right?
Yeah.
It would be, I can't just pick any book of his and think this is going to be good for me. Like
Mhm.
if I want something juvenile, I have to be very careful because he also writes very adult, and he writes, you know, a whole range.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and so that's always it's. I don't know too many authors that switch gears. Pinkwater did between young adult and picture books, but they still have the
Yeah.
same
Same kind of.
tone.
Yeah.
He has one or two that are a little more adult, but not that adult.
Yeah.
They're more later high school, let's say.
Right.
um, so
Yeah. It was reminding me, like, when you're talking about the like audio versions of his books, it reminds me of the oh, was it Shelley Duvall, and she
oh
had like
yeah,
a kids show where they'd animate kids books. So there's like the monster in
yeah,
my closet thing, and
yes, yeah. There was these little half hour, short films of that she used to do as it was a series.
mhm.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's just funny that she
Uh,
did that and then was also in The Shining. And
yeah,
then
yeah. The other one is I think it's Carole King.
mhm.
We we had we had this one. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Yeah, she had Really Rosie. She had another album. I'll just put it in here. She did a so she was a like folk star,
Right.
folk rock. But she did this Really Rosie or something like that. But she did kids songs, and it's a full production, like it's a story. And then
Hmm.
Maurice Sendak animated it.
Oh.
That has its precedent with, I think it's Harry Nilsson. He did a full album called "Me and My Arrow," or it was "The Point." The
Okay.
Point. So
Yeah.
that was a full album with the whole story, and they animated that later,
Mhm.
and it really wasn't much more than just an animation with the exact same album
Uh-huh.
that was as it was when he did it, and it was fantastic. So that was really cool. It's just interesting to see these stars that these music stars that also do these. I don't know. Maybe it was a period of time where this made sense, where they did a whole story and had
Yeah.
like it's a mini musical that they put together.
Yeah.
Um, so that was fun. I'm trying to remember who was the narrator for the first because they changed it, which really upset me. Uh, so originally it was, I think the original one's Ringo Starr.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah.
I think he's the one. But I'm trying to remember if he's the first one to do it. Yeah. So it has Dustin Hoffman, and
Okay.
is the father in it. But yeah, so the Point album features Nilsson telling the story. The film was made later.
Mm-hmm.
And then the original production was, I believe, it was it was Ringo Starr, and then yeah, and then it got replaced by Alan Thicke.
Oh,
So,
okay.
or the DVD release. So okay, so Dustin Hoffman was the original father, and then the later one was Ringo Starr. So they kept changing out the
Like that.
narrator. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is really
Weird.
weird. The original one was really good. The subsequent ones were
Kind of.
so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, um
Hmm.
it's just interesting how it changes. But anyway, good history of that. I
Yeah.
don't know if that really relates to this, but
Yeah.
um
I was trying to think of if there's any like more recent ones doing that, like people who do that. The only one I could really think of, and it only happened once, was with John Mulaney. He did
oh
his
yeah.
like kids special, the like Sack
That
Lunch Bunch.
yeah, I think that falls within that range
Hmm.
of kind of stepping out and doing something for kids that you wouldn't expect them to do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to exclude all the Disney movies. Like, they
Yeah.
get some live action ones and they get big stars to step into that role. I think that's separate because that's not their own creative process.
Yeah.
So,
Would that also like exclude something like the Muppet Show?
yeah, because they'll show up and,
Just do their thing and then
yeah.
go.
I do like, this has been pointed out that Prince wouldn't sing on We Are the World
Hmm.
because he was being told to,
Yeah.
but he would do the Muppet Show. And
Yeah.
so, and like, well, that's not sophisticated. I'm like, yeah, but it's irreverent fun and he's not being told what to do.
Hmm.
It does make sense. And
Yeah.
I think that's when you get some freedom, that's where you feel most creative.
Right.
So, all right, well, let's bring it on home.
Cool.
O is for Oz.
Okay.
And it says, and it talks about you can dance on the road. It's made of yellow bricks and everything is emerald green. It says, well, you can't, going to Oz, you can't because there's no land of Oz and there's no Tin Woodsman. There is no Santa Claus. Maybe someday you can go to Detroit. And then it says, it's time to brush your teeth.
Cool.
It says, do we brush up and down? No, always across. If you don't brush your teeth, they'll get dull and yellow. If you brush them, they will be nice and bright. And then it says, maybe a wild black panther will crawl in your window some dark night and look around for someone to eat, but he won't see you because it's too dark. And then he will see your bright white teeth shine in the dark. And so anyway,
Yeah.
and it says it's story hour. It's time to climb up in Grandma's big soft lap. Don't you love Grandma? Grandma tells wonderful stories. Do you know the story of Little Red Riding Hood?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever notice what big teeth Grandma has? So P is for pony. That seems normal.
Yeah.
See the pony. The pony lives in the gas tank of Daddy's car and makes the car go. It's called horsepower. Made the ponies hungry.
Uh-huh.
You know what ponies like? Do you?
Carrots.
What else do ponies
Sugar.
like?
Oh, sugar
Yes.
cubes. Yeah.
Put some nice sugar into the gas tank. Ponies love sugar. And Daddy will be happy and maybe he'll buy you a cowboy suit. If any kid took any page of this book, so it says know your animals. It says number 1 doggy. And I'll just show you the picture. It says see the nice doggy. It says here doggy, come here. Basically it's a chained up lion.
Yeah.
This is funny because this next one, maybe we should have put this. I should have put a picture of this up during COVID.
Yeah.
Q is for quarantine.
Oh.
Isn't this a big word? Do you know what this word means? So they don't do it anymore, but back in the day, people's houses would have a big sign on it that says quarantined.
Oh.
When they had some kind of infectious disease.
Yeah.
So that's why this is funny, because he says quarantine means come in, kids, free ice cream.
Nice.
So we have a different point of view of that, but
right.
But still, yeah.
Yeah.
R's for red. This one's funny because the fire's red, the fire engine's red, the fireman's hat is red. It's too bad firemen only go to places where there's a fire.
Uh-oh.
And then it says, and now it's game time.
Cool.
It says, the game is called Hopscotch, and we're going to use real scotch. So put the scotch in the middle of 4 and see how high you can jump over it. If you want to hop higher, just taste a little of the scotch. Next week, we'll learn to play doctor.
Cool.
And that says it's nap time. And
nice.
It's dark, and you can listen in the dark. And do you hear a werewolf? Do you hear a boogeyman? Do you hear the fang-toothed tiger? No, there's nothing there at all. Now go to sleep. And there's a picture of a snake under the bed. So S gets a couple of letters. This is where it comes in. S is for spit.
Cool.
And it says the champion spitter is this person, age 11, and he spit all the way from the kitchen to the living room, 23 feet. Who will be the new champion? And S is for Stanley. Stanley is a crazy murderer who likes to murder little boys and girls early Sunday morning. Are you afraid of Stanley? You are? Well, then quick, jump out of bed and go and sleep with Mommy and Daddy. There, isn't that better? Mommy and Daddy love to have you sleep with them. So there's where the knife comes in. So,
yeah. Wow.
V is for vacuum cleaner. It says vacuum cleaners can pick up anything. Do you think the vacuum cleaner can pick up the cat? I don't think so. And it says cutout time. Take the scissors and cut out this circle. Now peek through the hole and you'll be able to see the next page. And then it says poor Uncle Shelby. U is for Uncle Shelby. Are you gonna? It says, do you like it? Do you like the book? Are you gonna buy more? It says, if your mommy won't buy it for you, tell him you're gonna kick and scream and hold your breath until she says okay.
Cool.
And then pet parade says, see the termite. The termite's crying boo-hoo and wants somebody to pet them. And it says, put a home in your pocket. Do not make any noise. Put them in the bottom drawer of your dresser.
Cool.
It says, now you have a secret.
Yeah.
T is for TV.
Cool.
And it says, there's little elves who live inside the TV. They can dance and sing and tell jokes. Take your daddy's hammer and break them out. And it says, now it's time for potty training. And let's see, what does he tell him to do with the potty? It says the potty's deep and has water. And maybe someday you'll fall down the potty and drown. So if you keep wetting your pants, you will never drown in the potty.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Did you have a fear of that?
No, I don't think I did. No.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who was the worst to potty train. Josie was the worst in some ways because she kept falling asleep and then would look like she's awake, but she wasn't.
on the
potty? Well, we'd get her up because she'd fall asleep and watch TV and go, okay, you gotta go to the bathroom, and we'd sit on the toilet, and it could be up to an hour before she'd fully wake up.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's then he has, hey gang, hurry up and join his secret club. Let's see what you have to do. It says all entries must be postmarked. It says you're going to get all this stuff, but all entries have to be postmarked no later than 1934. So you get secret uniforms and handshakes and knives and everything, but W is for wish. And it's something about your tooth falling out. When you wake up, you'll have a shiny new dime. Okay, now you have 10 cents. How can you get to $3.20? Wash up time.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, did you wash all these things? It says, did you wash your elbows? That's silly. No one can see them. So,
yeah.
And then there's something about High Key. It's the Mad Hatter. Your Uncle Shelby is a real friend to labor and management both, and lots of people think he should make a swell governor.
Hmm.
And then this one's great because it is what it is. X is for xylophone because X is always for xylophone.
Yeah.
And it says, did you learn your ABCs? And it's going to teach you a magic word. And the word is boobaroo.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like to do anything, wash your ears or whatever, just say boobaroo. You'll never have to wash them again. So isn't magic fun?
Yeah.
And then it ends, let's see, Y is for yell. How loud can you yell? This book is for kids who can yell the loudest. And
was there a Bob's Burger episode where Teddy is yelling boobaroo or something like that?
I think there is something.
He's kind of doing it in a turkey voice, but
oh yeah, that's funny. I wonder. We'll have to go look.
I think he is. I think there might be.
Oh jeez. So what letter did we forget? What was the what?
C.
Yeah. C is for Cyclops.
Okay.
It says they only have one eye and they like to play. Go stick your finger in his eye and call him One Eye. I'll wait for you here.
Yeah.
It says, surprise, because you have been good and because your Uncle Shelby loves you, you can stay home from school tomorrow. No school tomorrow. And then the last 2 pages are hilarious because it says, warning, it's not nice to burn books. It is against the law. If your mommy and daddy tries to burn this book, call the police on them. And then P.S. The paper in this book is not really paper. It is made from candy. The end. Anyway,
yeah.
Epic.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I think it's I think there's a huge place in the world for these kind of silliness, and it's kind of funny because, well, what this comes down to, when we lived in South Carolina,
mm-hmm.
I realized that was a whole area of the world that didn't understand sarcasm.
Yeah.
And so some of the things that I say, or most of them, are sarcastic or just being silly. And it was always funny because like people go, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "No, I'm lying.
Yeah.
Don't make me say it. It's no fun anymore if you make me say it." And so it was fun to come back out here and realize that sarcasm was alive and well. So
yeah, there's these YouTubers I was watching, and they're talking about one of their friends who does like animations and stuff.
Yeah,
and they were like, like how you're always so like upbeat and positive and always making people laugh. Like what's up? Like is there any reason for that? And he was like, oh yeah, when I was young, both my parents died in a car crash. And they're like, oh really? He's like, no.
Yeah. that might be my favorite thing. Well, two things. One of them is whenever I tell people how we raised you,
mm-hmm.
I would just say, well, we just let them go out in the yard and eat dirt, and then we'd feed them whatever else they needed. And it was kind of funny because I had a coworker who's like, "Oh, you have 5 kids. You must always be at the doctor," because she only had 2 kids and was always at the doctor. I'm like, no, we're never at the doctor. She goes, "How?" It goes, because we don't wash our kids every second of the day. They're immune to most everything because we've let them build up an immunity by just letting them play in the yard and deal with it. I mean, you all have eaten dirt.
Right.
Most of you on purpose. So
yeah,
it's
how you
fine.
make potions.
Yeah, I know. The death of our garden because of stupid potions.
Yeah.
But
we were kind of talking about that at work a little bit because like my two coworkers are pretty extremely germophobic, and they're talking about like just like things at the grocery store, and one of them's like, whenever I get like a carton of milk, I wash the carton.
Yeah.
Or like washing the tops of jars.
Yeah.
And it's like, that just seems like too much. Just wash your hands, if anything, and you'll be fine.
There was a commercial that came out that I was like, oh, I feel seen. But it was something about a guy working on his car. And he goes, real mechanics eat powdered donuts because they know that the powder creates this tiny barrier between the grease and the donut. Shows them like picking it up and biting it. And like, I'm like, yeah, of course that's true. But and so that's one of the things. And then we knew that Chloe belonged in the family because when we came up to visit you guys, we were sitting there and she was sitting there, and you'd walked out to, I don't think you went to the bathroom or something. She goes, yeah. And then she turns to us, she goes, Max beats me. We're like, what? Oh, she goes, yeah, I'm kidding. She didn't leave us hanging for too long, but long enough to be uncomfortable. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, you can stick around. And so it is nice to be able to be sarcastic. So I think that something like this, I think we could trust our kids to read it, but I wouldn't trust a lot of kids to read it because a lot of kids are dumb. And because they haven't been allowed to fend for themselves. Yeah. And I just, I always wanted to, I think it stems from I heard an early story about this family and their kids. They were traveling in Europe and they got separated somehow. And they're like, well, weren't you worried about your kids? And they're like, no, we know they can fend. We know that they're smart enough to figure it out. And I always wanted to be that way, and I always wanted you guys to be that way, and to, sure, things happen. And you can freak out a little bit, but you don't. I mean, I know people that will crawl into the corner and go into complete shutdown mode at the smallest thing. Yeah. And it's nice to see. It's nice to see when you guys can adapt to things. I mean, you guys you've had a lot of stuff happen since living on your own. Yeah. And most of it we find out about only as an afterthought. Yeah. Some people have their children call them all the time and tell them everything that happens to them. That's part of the reason it took us so long to get a cell phone the first time, is because the Luntz had cell phones, and every time we went out to dinner, we got 14 calls from their children about what everybody was doing. Yeah. And we were like, we don't want to know. Yeah. I remember getting like weird looks from people in college when I was like my parents pretty much just wanted to know like where we were going when we thought we'd be back. Yeah. And that was about it. So like when I had my band in high school, I'd be like, we're doing a show here. We're going to be in 5 Points for a little while. And if anything changes, I'll let you know. Yeah. And it's like, that's not how I was raised at all. I was always amazed. I don't know, maybe I should have worried more, but probably not. But that you guys would get all the way to the Tempe marketplace on your own. Yeah. On the free shuttle. I still don't think I feel like I have any panic about that for some reason. It's a big journey.
Yeah.
But
That was like, I only remember doing that once and taking some of the orbit buses like way north Tempe, and there was some, creepier folks on those buses instead of the ones that were around our neighborhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like not a big deal.
Yeah, I agree. So things like this, and a sarcastic approach to traditional things is probably some of my favorite stuff. It's kind of how we don't take anything too seriously, and we give serious stuff its due, but
yeah,
I think it's fun to be playful, and that's plays into a long time ago, because I was on Facebook fairly early, and I thought, and so it was new. Social media is new, and you don't know how. I didn't know how to behave, I guess, for lack of a better word, but I didn't know that you shouldn't express your opinion. And I got into fights, and you could be very bold because you were so far away from somebody,
right?
And I expressed an opinion, and somebody really jumped down my throat about it, and I was like, I don't want to have that happen again. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be political. I'm not gonna express my opinion, because I really just want this so I can keep in touch with people.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really silly sometimes that people, I know that they have to have an outlet, but I just don't think it's really all that beneficial. I think there's better ways to do it. So
yeah,
that's just my opinion. I'm just spouting off, but
yeah. There's always, internet's the worst.
Yeah.
But it's here.
Yeah. It is what you make with it,
Yeah. It can be pretty easy to just get in your like echo chambers of things, and even more so than in person. And so.
I just always think it's funny when I've had different people, I use this this browser because it doesn't sell, your data doesn't go anywhere, and this thing, I'm like, are you browsing on a phone? Okay, well, guess what?
Yeah.
The only thing that browser is doing is not telling you, obviously, that it's listening to you. So just go and freaking use Google, because at least Google tells you what it's listening to, because you get an ad for it next. So
yeah.
I'm glad that DuckDuckGo, or whatever it was called, doesn't track your stuff, but does it?
It's also not that good.
Yeah. So
we get a lot of people like that, especially with banking. I mean, people are weird about that, but and doubly so in Battleground, that is very old fashioned, and has their like people living out in the middle of nowhere because they don't want the government to get them. And it's like, you have a bank account. Like, they track you totally fine. So us asking to see your ID is not gonna get the government on your tail.
I just don't think it's worth the effort to protect so much, because you're not, unless you're working for the organization that's spying on everybody else. You're not protecting your data or yourself or anything as much as you think you are. So there's my free opinion. And maybe I'm just a pessimist, but there you go.
Yeah, it's okay.
and I don't know how ABZ book got into my opinions about data tracking, but there you go. Where irreverence leads to rebellion.
Yeah. ABZ leads to the Patriot Act.
or P is for Patriot. That's funny. Well, that's what I have for this week. I hope it was entertaining enough.
Yeah, it was.
So
I thought so.
it's a funny book. I recommend it. I've seen it recently for sale, so it's still out there.
Yeah.
So I think it's hilarious. Yeah, but
Sounds good.
sounds good. Well, in case you're still listening, you've been listening to Like Pigs in Space, an arts and culture podcast. I'm Aaron Mason.
And I'm Max Mason.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.